Hi, I'm Grant Tate, and this is another in our Dig Out series of how to simplify your life. Today we're going to talk about how to fix your meetings. I hate meetings. Almost anybody I talk to says that inefficient meetings is one of the greatest time sappers of their work life. And I have to agree with that. So how do we simplify our meetings and make them far more efficient? I'm an advocate of the single goal meeting. Let's get one thing done. If we have a decision to make, let's make a decision. If we have to discuss something, let's discuss it. I believe multi-topic meetings are horribly inefficient. Anything that you have to have a complex agenda for is not a good working meeting. It's probably going to be too long. It's probably going to be too rambling. It's probably not going to give good results. So how do we fix that? Well, I'd like to raise the question of whether it's better to have a rambling hour or two meeting or whether have a series of 15-minute meetings, each of which focuses on one particular topic. Okay, given that bias on my part, then why do we need to meet in the first place? That's the first question that needs to be answered by someone contemplating a meeting. Do we need to decide something, make a decision? Do we need to generate ideas? Do we need to just have our people listen while we give them information? Do we need to solve a problem? Do we need to report results? Or do we want to have what I call a loss meeting, which is let's just get out our stuff and get our moaning and complaining out of the way. So let's then talk about, given we know what the meeting is supposed to accomplish, who then needs to be there? First of all, of course, there needs to be someone to lead the meeting. There needs to be a person who is creative, a creator, people who need to know. And I wrote a good speller because I misspelled a word on this chart and decided not to do the whole chart over, but just to mark it out. There are some people who should not be in the meeting. So why waste their time? Let's make sure we make a list of people who are needed for the decision or the discussion, and then let's make sure that people who don't need to be there are properly informed of why and what's going on. Next, we need to set the goals. What are we going to do in this meeting? Let's be precise. If it's one particular meeting, let's say a 15-minute stand-up meeting, then what's the result of this meeting going to be? By 3 o'clock, we're going to decide whether to proceed with this project. That's a clear goal for the meeting. That would say that probably we've already gathered the information we need to make this decision. That information summary would need to be presented in the meeting, but by 3 o'clock, we will have decided and we will have walked out. After setting the goals, it's probably a good idea to set the kind of media you want to use for this meeting. In today's time, of course, we can have face-to-face meetings, but we can also have meetings through Google or through various electronic media, and therefore we need to figure out how to set this up. The next thing would be to set the rules and boundaries for the meeting. If, for instance, we're focused on a decision, such as let's decide whether to proceed with this project, no other subjects are allowed. We might put up a chart that is called the parking lot, that if other issues come up that we need to talk about, let's write them down. And if we need another meeting, a short one, another 15-minute meeting to discuss those, then we'll schedule those meetings. But we will not drift off the topic in this particular meeting. What are the ground rules for expression? Are we going to go around the room and have everybody express their viewpoint? Are we going to have a certain period of time where we discuss pros and cons? Those kind of ground rules need to be decided, and those things can be decided before we have the meeting. So as we proceed through the meeting, we all agree on the goal. Everybody understands what that is. We agree on the rules for the meeting. We stick to the rules. We proceed with the meeting and the discussion. We document the results. We designate assignments, who's going to do what, and determine the follow-up. So then a successful meeting is one that meets its goal, finishes on time as part of that goal. It has a single purpose. It involves the right people, and it produces unambiguous results. That then is a successful meeting. This is a simple guideline, but one that could be very helpful and save us a lot of time every day.